What does a site supervisor do? In this video, I'm going to cover some questions from the viewers of the channel and the industry in general that really talk about the authority and the difference of the positions in comparison to a site manager. And so if you're interested in that, stay with us. Okay, so I am jamming and ready to go on this topic. Remember, site supervisor, anything between foreman and superintendent. And like I've said before, if you go to places around the world, like in Europe, we really have different terms than they do. A site manager is typically the project manager or the superintendent or a hybrid. And in the United States, we call that a superintendent or a PM. And then I've also heard the term site supervisor outside in the rest of the world, but basically anybody who supervises on a construction project. And so I'm going to answer some questions that I find really interesting, and I hope you do too. What exactly am I responsible for as a site supervisor? The quick answer is to provide an environment for your trades to succeed where it's safe, clean, and organized, and all logistical systems are supporting them, and that all contractors can rise to the occasion and be good together. The other part of that is that a site supervisor in any perspective, in any one of those ranges, is to help keep the rhythm so that the train of trades in a phase can go the same speed, the same distance apart in a rhythm together. The second question, how much authority does a site supervisor really have? Well, if that's a foreman, then that foreman has complete autonomy and authority over their crew. If you're talking about logistical support for the entire site, then that person has authority over the logistics and the way the site runs, and specifically for safety. If you're talking about an assistant superintendent or a superintendent, they do have authority. They have authority to stop work. They have authority to make sure that things are safe and enforce safety and quality compliance efforts. They have the authority to remove an individual. They have ultimate authority. One thing that I do want to say with that is that you really want to lead with a teaspoon of authority and a gallon of influence. So authority is important. Like if you've ever heard somebody say, oh, you don't need authority, all you need is influence. They've never led anything. People that say that haven't led anything if they say that. You've got to have a little bit of authority because humans respect hierarchy and authority. That's just how we're wired. And then we're going to get into the third question. How is a site supervisor's job different than a site manager's? Well, again, if site manager means superintendent and PM, then that means, let me just say it like this. A site supervisor can be anybody from a lead person and a foreman all the way up to superintendent PM, but a site manager will definitely be a superintendent or a PM or a hybrid. And then my favorite question, number 4, what does the typical day in the life look like? Well, let me tell you, you're going to get up, you're going to do your morning routine, you're going to listen to some educational information podcast or book on your way to work, time block your day fully and set out to make sure that everything is completely in order for what you need to do that day. You are going to communicate to the workers the plan for the day and get feedback and create a social group and communicate the information that was coordinated in the afternoon foreman huddle. And then you're going to do what's called zone control walks, which is to go supervise and make sure that handoffs are happening between critical handoff zones. And then you're going to check in with your project delivery team for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that we're removing roadblocks out ahead. Then you're going to go ahead and follow your 3 habits of a builder, which will be being in the plans, being in your schedule or your financial and project management documents, and then doing a field walk every day, then lunch, then another field walk in the afternoon, and then the afternoon foreman huddle to plan the next day, and then go home, being able to unwind and listen to something that's like enjoyable to you, and go home and take care of yourself and your family. That's a day in the life. Ooh, I did a good job. I like that. And the last question, am I expected to manage people, materials, or things, or both? And the answer is you manage things and you lead people. So you will be dealing with people and things and managing materials, but here's how you look at it. You create, and this goes back to the environment, rhythm. You create a perfectly organized environment, which means that you control and manage safety, cleanliness, organization, logistics, so everybody can thrive. And then you collaborate in a positive way and collaborate with human beings so they can do their best work. So I'm General Patton when it comes to the site. and things, and I am Simon Sinek when it comes to people. And so that should answer that question pretty nicely. But here's the bottom line. Keep these questions coming and reach out to me in the comments below. I'll help you at any time. I love these. I really do love these questions, and I appreciate them coming from you. And I'll put this into a blog post below, and I'll see you on the next video. On we go.